let's start cooking. You know, believe it or not, even I don't like to cook all the time. And when I get in those moods where it's either too hot, I'm too lazy to be honest with you, or I just want something quick, or I want something I can put on the stove or put in the oven and just forget about it, I always think of this recipe. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna actually make a slow cook Swedish meatball. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna take a 2-pound package of frozen meatballs. And these are not Italian meatballs, these are just regular meatballs. You can get homemade, you can get whatever it is, just don't get the Italian ones. Now, depending on the size, as you can see, these are about maybe an inch, inch and a half round, is gonna depend on your cooking time. So, but we just have a 2-pound bag that we bought of frozen meatballs. We have a 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and we're using low sodium. We have a 1 3/4 cups of beef broth. We have 2 tablespoons of steak sauce, or you can substitute if you want Worcestershire sauce. And we have 1 packet of just regular onion soup mix. And that's all this recipe calls for. So the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're just gonna take our broth and we're just gonna put it right in our slow cooker. We're gonna take our steak sauce. We're gonna take our our mushroom soup mix. And we're just gonna put that right in carefully so I don't wear it. Depending on your slow cooker and the size of the meatballs that you're using, the cook time is going to depend on those things. So it's either going to be 6 to 8 hours on low, or it's going to be 3 to 5 hours on high, depending on, again, the ingredients you use and the size of the meatball. And then we're just going to take our onion soup mix and we're just going to put that right in. I mean, you really can't get much easier when it comes to a recipe. And we're just gonna take that and we're just gonna whisk this together to make sure we get this all mixed up. And once we get this all mixed up, we're gonna add in our meatballs. And again, these are frozen, so it just goes to show you there's not a whole lot of prep time when it comes to this. And now we're just gonna carefully add these in. And again, like I said, these are frozen, so you really don't get much easier than this. And we're just gonna take them and mix them up just a little bit, just to get them in there. And that's all we're gonna do with this for now. And we're gonna put this on, for us, we're gonna end up putting this on high for 3 to 5 hours, but like I said, you can do this 6 to 8 hours on low. So all we're gonna do now is we're gonna set this up and we're gonna let this go. And I will see you in about 3 to 5 hours. All right, we are back. We've taken it out of our slow cooker for the time being. So all we have to do now is we're gonna add our sour cream to this. So we're just gonna take this off. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1 cup of sour cream, and this is regular, it's not low fat, we're using regular sour cream. And we're just gonna add that right in. Because this is all we wanna do. Like I said, we're gonna make this as simple as possible. After we get that, we're just gonna mix this up. And just be a little careful, we don't wanna, these are gonna be, obviously that they've cooked for 6 hours, they're gonna be soft. So we don't wanna end up making ground beef out of this. So we just wanna mix this up. Now you can use more sour cream if you like that. I'm only using 1 cup. And once we get this mixed up, what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna put this back on low now. We're gonna put this back on low. And while this is heating up, the sour cream and everything else that's in here, we're gonna take and we're gonna put wide egg noodles on, and we're gonna let them cook while we're letting this heat up again. So we'll get this back on. We'll take our wide egg noodles and we'll get them cooking. We just want to make sure that when we put the noodles in, you always want to stir them up till the water starts to get hot and boil again, because if not, they're going to stick to the bottom. You know what? While we're waiting for our noodles to cook, I'd like to take this time to ask everybody out there to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that button. Let us know how we're doing. Let your friends know. And while we're at it, you can also join us on Facebook. You can join us on Instagram. And we now have started a Patreon channel where we're going to start adding videos of recipes that are a little bit more in depth, more that we can get into with just a YouTube channel. So if you join us there or join us on any other channel, let your friends know. Okay, our noodles are done. We've drained them. And all we're going to do now is we're just going to gently take this off because this will be hot. And like I said, this is one of the easiest ones that we've ever done. Because all we're going to do now is we're just going to take our noodles and we're going to dump them right in. And we're going to gently mix everything together until we get it all nice and mixed up. Now, like I said, you could serve this without the noodles, whatever you prefer. You could serve this on rice. You could just eat it the way it was without the noodles. You can do anything you want to do with this, but what's nice is it's all basically one shot. You just mix everything together, get it all nice and creamy. Everything's already been heated up, and this is ready to serve. And that's all we had to do. And as you can see, it makes plenty. So you have more than enough in case you have somebody coming over. And now all we have to do, we'll get some of this out of the way. We just move this to the side a little bit. We just plate this up. And like I said, with this, it was so easy, and you can always add more sour cream if that's what you like, or you can add less. We use cream of mushroom. You can use another cream sauce. You could use cream of celery if you don't like mushrooms. It's got that nice small tang that you get from sour cream. The meatballs are really nice, soft. They're nice and hot all the way through. Nothing's overcooked because we slow cooked it. And like I said, this is one of the easiest recipes you're going to be able to do. You dump it in a pot, 5 hours later, 3 hours later, whatever you decide, hot or low, and it's done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll like and share with your friends and hit that subscribe button. And we will see you next week.